Hello and welcome back to Jumplight Odyssey. So we're not doing too great at the moment. I'll get us loaded in. Looks like I've been sending us out on salvaging operations without realising how in a certain sector that only gave you basically biomass and food and things. So, I mean we've got plenty of food now, but we need power. We need power so that we can create water in the water condensers. And, we need water to, not die. So we'll be doing that. That's our first port call. So, we've got plenty of materials we're going to require. On that note, now I believe I did send some crew out on salvaging operations. So we're going to be waiting on these coming back. Though they need to get set off pretty promptly here. Oh, we're losing some hope. Yeah, some of the crew are a bit hard up. Right. We are managing to conserve some energy. And we'll see what happens with these shuttles when they get back. Hopefully they'll bring back our saving grace and get the power online, and then we can put some of the water condensers back on. Hopefully. But if that's not the case, well, we're not looking too good. Oh yeah, and I've reloaded the game, so yeah, that's gonna need please prioritize these. Right. Hopefully that gets it sorted. Water production is up. We have a perfect success. And we're nearly done there. How much did we get? We've got 17 metals. I think we need 20 odd for each generator. Oh. We had a perfect success, but one of the crew just fell out of it dead. Oh, there it is. Scrambling to spacecraft. Dead. You'd think this would give you some kind of inkling into what happened. It looks like it hadn't alerted me that, yeah, so he's dehydrating and starving, so we're probably going to see more dead at this point. And this was a failure. We've got 10 minutes. Right, so if these are all fully crewed, then who the hell died? Was it just someone in the hangar or something? Die on. Right, so deceased. Well, we've only lost one so far, so there's that at least. God, and everyone's getting injured and wounded because they're all starving. Right. Water is up. So I'm going to turn this off. I'll have to get by on a little less for a while, while the power goes back up. Right. What do these have to tell me? No stars within jump range. So we need to create a Jumplight cartridge. Right. It's telling me that there's... Right. How are people starving when I have 63 meals? In fact, no one's starving. Why is it telling me? That must have been a message from earlier that it's just forgotten to stop telling me about. And then these are still going to tell me that I need more ammo. The jump range is probably more important at this point. Basically, we need metal. We need to find a bunch of metal here, or we will lose. So this may well be the final episode of this for now. On that note, how is our reactor room looking? Oh, they've started bringing resources in for this. None of these, though. These are yet to get anything. Oh, he's got a ton of metal. You are kidding me. Really? Really? Oh my god. This needs 22 metal, and you've just gone and put 7 metal over there. Not on this. 1. 1 metal. On each. Good lord, we are screwed. No one's cleaning these up. Okay, I'm beginning to understand why this entire race is being wiped off the face of the galaxy. You know, all just dinguses apparently. All just... They're not the brightest. Right. We're gonna have to wait on these coming back. We'll fast forward. Water's getting dire again. Of course, the moment I turn the production room on, everything else will turn off. Got more people unconscious. Right, how are there so many people dehydrated? I've put it on black, and we have water stored up now. Makes no goddamn sense. Oh, lovely, they brought... Oh no, it's not composite. Right. Why is it the latest one is at the bottom? Right, 19 metal was found. Thank God for that. And we've got another 10 metal there. And again, your priorities keep getting removed. Yeah, whenever you reload the game, which is a little bit annoying, I will admit. We'll activate the water again. I'm gonna say, oh look, we're getting some metal delivered. Ooh. Right, we're gonna have to prioritize a few things here. What do we need? Can I delete that somehow? Yeah, I think that is marked for deletion. We need a cartridge. And that has to be prioritized right now. Okay. How are the generators coming along? They're not. Excellent. Okay. Right, let's... I have no idea why they've been in that up before this. Right. How did that get built before this? Before the reactor? What? Some of this makes no goddamn sense. And even though this is prioritised, no one's bothering. No one's bothering to use the metal making machine. What? Why? Why? If this was operated, we would get rid of our metal deficit, which would build a new power plant down here. Oh, suddenly they've somehow stashed a load of this in. Oh, wow. That's actually close to being done now. We just need 12 metal. And then 8 plastic. Oh, but we need composite as well. And oh, good lord, that's not getting built. There's no way that's getting built. Well, we're about to find out how combat looks. We've got very close up until now, but there's no way that we, even if we had that Jumplight charge that we could use, we wouldn't make it to this. We'd have to gather that much Jumplight. We're probably gonna have to be sat here for about 20 minutes. I think we're just gonna have to make a last stand. Right. Just turn these back on. Look at all the material in there that could be getting fed into this if someone just operated the damn thing. Ah, I don't know. There's still a dead guy here. Yeah, even if we got that Jumplight, that cartridge thing added, we wouldn't be able to get enough in time. Right, we have, let's see, metal, plastic, composite. We're just never going to be able to get all that in time. Did the actual power plant need any composite or anything? I don't think it does it? I think it's just a ton of metal. Oh no, it needs 6. Okay. It's rather rare though, so the odds are we're not going to be able to get that operational in time. I'm genuinely surprised by how much power that like the 1 or 2 rooms we have are causing it to use. I feel like that the initial setup of the ship wasn't really very good. Even once you've got a few things repaired, it's like it barely has enough power to function. So when you put anything in the ship, it just collapses in on itself. You know, I put a farm and then a water room, and it's just like we are screwed.
Red alert! People of Pleiades, we can do this! I believe in us.
Right, I'm also finally going to find out now, does this do anything? Scramble the starfighter. Right. What happens now? Funnily enough as well, we've got like nearly half as water storage filled, and we've still got 79 people that are just dehydrated. Just none of them have gone to the taps. Baffling. Baffling to me, that is. Right. We're going to have to turn a few things off. Right. We've got a second ship showing up. Hope is being lost. Right. They've got one. Tower is really going down. Fish out of ammo, return to the nest. Oh, we've got another person randomly dead. Right. How badly has it gone? It's just this giant pile. We've got the metal. We finally have the metal. Right, now we just need plastic and composite. Oh god. Oh good lord. Just need plastic and composite now. Excellent. That's all we need. I don't think there's any way of us producing that at the moment. And I think the reason why we aren't is because we need more metal to make the thing that produces the plastic. Oh my god. Literally, the amount of problems that just stem from you just not quite having enough metal is ridiculous. Right. We might as well scramble again. Oh, it lacks ammo. I take it someone is probably going to fill that up then, eventually. Oh, that's fun. Right, well, we'll consider this to be our last stand. We're not getting any further than this. Is it going to finish me off yet? I'm not certain. Radar's pretty red though. Right, how are we looking? Oh well, it's nearly charged up. We can't get anywhere, but... See, these are usually the sort of things that it would tell you at the beginning of a mission. Before we go to the mineral... Is it the mineral ring it's called next? The mineral ring, yes. Before we get to the mineral ring, we'll need a Jumplight cartridge and give you a little... Just like we've got this here. It should probably do that. But it doesn't tell you until you get there and you need it. Hey, one's finally ended up getting to us. We've been breached. They're just angry looking guys with blasters. Are there any marines? Oh, we've got fire detected. How are things looking? Pretty bad. More of them there. Not in the hangar yet. We've got a few that have entered down here. There. Okay. Are they going to finish everyone off then, I take it? I'm kind of curious to see what our crew actually do to fight back against this, because so far it looks like... I mean, there are weapons there. Like, I see a weapons locker there that no one has used. Right. Progress. Absolutely nowhere bloody near. I think that's gonna be it now for the little mini series, like a little first look at the early access on this. I would say keep an eye on it, put it on your wish list. Probably don't buy into it yet. There seem to be a lot of issues around pathing and task prioritization. There's definitely some early game issues that they've got here. Particularly in regards to telling you what the hell you're meant to do. I was not told I wouldn't be able to get to the next sector without a Jumplight cartridge to extend my range until it became a problem. If the game's going to do that, it needs to tell me well ahead of time so I can prioritize building that. Just throwing that at you as it becomes an issue, it's like, yeah, I needed to know this about half the sector ago. That, and then just again issues with you seem to very quickly and easily hit these death spirals of, hey, we built more we built more crops so we could provide Medigel. Oh, but now they need water. We haven't got enough water. Okay, now that we're producing water, all those water condensers need power. We're drawing too much power, so we now need a new power generator room. Oh, but that's going to need all this metal. So you have to go and do a load of scavenging things. Oh, but only go to these certain ones because only certain places will give you actual metal. And make sure you've built the metal extractor thing and got it all repaired and that, because if you don't, you won't be able to turn your material into metal yourself. And remember to prioritise the task in doing that, and also when you reload the game, it deletes all the task priorities you've set. These are issues, you know. It seems all too easy to fall into a spiral like that, and to then be finding it very difficult to get out of it. And I would also say the other big thing it needs to look at is the combat. Just ships appear and then borders is kind of naff, to be fair. I was honestly expecting it to be more, especially given how you can look at your ship and prioritise all the stuff and that. I was honestly expecting you to be able to like shoot at the enemy ship and target all their systems and so on, and for it to maybe like be simulating their ship as well. It seems very simplistic and lackluster at the moment with just what it is, you know. Could I at least see the incoming like boarding parties? You know, like they don't actually show up on screen until they get to you. You know, you just see these little cutscenes on the right side that keep flicking in and out. Oh, I'm taking a shot, and then it shows it exploding or something. It's like, okay, this needs improvement. I think that if they get all of the quality of life stuff done with the whole ship management stuff, and they get everything working, and they make that early experience a bit better and a bit less rough, you know, maybe you should start with like another power generator, just so that then when you inevitably try to build more greenhouses and water production, you don't overload the thing and end up in a death spiral immediately because you made one wrong move. But there is a certain argument that's, you know, you can say, well, it's part of the learning experience, you meant to play it 2 or 3 times to get used to that early game, maybe, but I'd still probably just, I would honestly maybe either put better reactors or more of them in at the start, just so there's a surplus of power, so that the players can, you know, new players can add a room or 2 before it becomes a problem, and it should alert you that it's a problem immediately. Like on about quality of life things, like I can't see how much power I'm using. It just tells me how much I used in the past hour. So I can't say pause the game quickly flick a bunch of switches on the various rooms and see how much I'll use in the next hour, which would be handy. Oh, now you're using 100 power less and you'll be making this much more. You know, if I were doing that, I could literally go to that water room and just flick like 3 or 4 of the water condensers off maybe until I've hit like an equilibrium and hold it there for a while, rather than it being, you know, now we've got water and it's gone, now we've got water and it's gone. Yeah, and same with power. But yeah, assuming it gets all of these issues sorted, I'd say then that it probably wants a complete overhaul on the combat. Now, I wouldn't even bother doing anything with the combat at the moment, because anything that they're going to do is going to be a waste. I think, seriously, scrap the entire system. Keep the boarding parties and that, by all means, but I think they need, at the very least, I should be able to fire back at the enemy ships and target maybe the hull or the turrets or the bridge or something, even if it doesn't simulate the entire ship and I can see inside it like FTL. Because I can understand how, you know, it's difficult to simulate an entire ship like this with all the crew members. It already seems like the game's getting a bit ropey. I'd hate to think what doing that with 2 ships would do. I mean, in a perfect world, that's how the combat would work, but if that's not possible, then I'd say at least, you know, let me target like the various bits of the ship and then just change the ship's model when those bits get blown off and inflict some kind of status effect on it, you know. I don't know. Like if you blow up the bridge, it just gets destroyed, but then, you know, you can target the shields or the engines or something. But it is what it is. Again, I think it would be probably not a lot of work to get it to be functional and a decent game, with just getting the colony management stuff done. But I think to be a really great game, the combat needs to be completely scrapped and redone. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. We might come back to this later after it's had a good amount of updates. But hopefully this has been a nice little look at it and puts us in the mood for Starfield, which I intend to do on the channel shortly. By the time this is up, it'll probably be a day or 2 out, because I've gone and got the early access to it. Since if I get the early access to it, I can play it over the weekend before I'm back at work. Right. Thank you very much for watching though. So I'll see you soon for that. And again, this has been Jumplight Odyssey. I'll see you later.